Okay, so when we talk about our purpose, a lot of the time we set our target above all the itches that lie on the way, all the hurdles you want to cross them. Are we good? Okay, it's the same thing. We brought the example of running after a degree. We brought the example of someone wanting to marry and all that. Because you have seen something that you have some assurance within yourself. No matter how much you hear stories that can sway you, you are fine. So, you go forward. You go ahead. Bring it back to our worship and our connection with Allah. It is said that if we're able to live our lives the way Allah wants it, the way of the Sunnah, the way of the Prophet ﷺ, for everything we do, it is worship. Are we together? Everything we do will be worship. So you wonder, how do we worship? How do we worship? Why would everything be worship? It is just because there is something ahead of you. You have a goal. The purpose for the most part is beyond the prayers, beyond the zakat, beyond my fasting. There is something all these things are connected to, and that is seeking Allah's love. Am I correct? And what is that thing that we actually hope will be the end point? And that is paradise. And that is something beyond the existence of this world. Am I correct? So you are driven by that purpose a lot of the time. You are driven by it. And you are not seeing anybody around you when you are doing these things. That is why we cannot do anything based on show off. Show off does not work. Show off works for minutes or seconds, and afterwards it's gone. Is that not it? You can't do anything for anybody. It has to be for yourself. You have to be satisfied with what you're doing. And so show off does not work actually. Although we find ourselves in environments where everybody wants to show something. Yeah, you have friends. Okay, with the problem of social media, we have to show. I was in the UK last week. I mean, you show. Is that not it? I was in Paris 1 month ago. We show all of these things. If you ask yourself, what exactly is my reason for putting this up? I want people to know actually. It's not more than that. Is that not it? Even if you don't intend to show off, there is that residual intent. No, they should know now. We are not local breeds. Things like that. Why are you people laughing now? This is a serious matter. Now I'm shy. I can't say anything again. Yes. When we talk about our purpose, again, let us look at this. Our purpose, we have to be clear about it. And the same thing goes for everything we do in life. If you're going for studies, if you want to get married, you want to do a business, you want to get into something, you want to set up an NGO, you want to set anything at all, you have a purpose to achieve. You have a purpose to achieve. But always ensure what Islam requires of you is to place all the temporal purposes, to place them where they belong, and not assume that that's the end in itself. Yeah, there will be some other purposes, but of course ensure that there is a higher purpose, and that higher purpose is one, to please Allah with the things you're doing, and to also seek His paradise at the end of it, which is critical. Are we together? Yeah. If this is the reason why we do these things, for the most part, we will do most of these things effortlessly, and we will do them happily, because there is something we're hoping to get at the end of it. And we're not likely to be bothered when we have issues. We know we're going to cross it. We all have issues. There are times in life that you have to deal with a lot of personal things that you don't know how to get out of it. It weighs you down so much, you don't know how to. The how to, however smart you are, you just get somewhere you're stuck. And you may be there a month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years, and you are still dealing with an issue that you don't know how to get out of. That's about life. But there is always something ahead. And that is, okay, how best can I handle this such that I will still do something that will be pleasing to Allah? So, let's understand that if we place everything on our temporal existence, we will be lost at some point. Because when we get to the point of that success, that is that temporal success, we realize that there is something more. We get tired because there is something more we still have to run after. And so our purpose must not be such purpose that we can exhaust easily. It has to be something that can sustain us for life. And that is one of the greatest things we can achieve. When we are clear, when we have clarity in our thoughts as to our purposes, whatever it is we're doing, we know that we're aiming towards, ensure I please Allah in this. I have to ensure I get to that stage where at every point I'm thinking about what reward Allah will give me on this thing that I'm doing. You go to school and you hope to benefit people from whatever it is you have, whatever knowledge. It is actually to be rewarded by Allah. The fact that you hope to benefit people, that is a reward from Allah already. That intent alone, please understand. The Prophet ﷺ said something about your intentions. Can we remember? Yes, innamal a'mal binniyat. What does that mean? I don't speak Arabic. Huh? Again? Are they correct? So you speak Arabic. I mean, I don't speak Arabic. They've been speaking Arabic now. Okay, this is it. Your actions, they are judged by your intentions. Because for every action you take, there is an intent. You have an intention. Even if it is so swift, within a second, your intention can change. And so it is, we're enjoined to ensure that we struggle to renew our intentions. As much as possible, we renew our intentions, and if we can, we keep struggling to push it to know, I want to do this for the sake of Allah. I want to do this to be happy that I'm satisfying something beyond my own selfish interest. A lot of the time. Although it is tough, but it is something one has to learn. One keeps working on until such a time that you know you are good. You can't be lost. Anyhow. And so, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, when we have to deal with that, one of the things we should remember is that there is this hadith that says that you cannot believe until Allah and His Rasul is dearer to you than everything else. Until Allah and His Rasul is dearer to you than anything else. Meaning that whatever it is you want to do, you're doing it for Allah's sake, you're doing it for the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. You're doing it the Sunnah way. The way Allah has instructed that we should do it. And that's it. Yes, we're aware of the verse that says that is that Surah Al-Zariyat? Where is that? That talked about the purpose of our creation. Someone should tell me. Please help. Please help. MashaAllah. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. And we have not created jinn and mankind other than to worship Allah. Other than to worship, to engage in worship. And so how do we engage in worship? One, we said this earlier, that everything we do has to be for that goodly purpose, that we want to serve Allah, we want to obey Allah, we want to seek His love. And so when we do that, we are sure we are worshipping. And so it is not limited to us praying 5 times daily. After prayers, every other thing we do can be worship too. You stand up to go and check someone in the hospital. That is highly rewarding. A sick person. We know the hadith that says that you owe your fellow Muslim. What are the things you owe him? When he says salam to you, are we together? One, when he says salam to you, next. Wait, some people, okay, I don't know the order we're bringing it, but I had, okay, when he seeks advice, what do? We give him good counsel. Next. When he sneezes, wait now. When he sneezes, thank you very much, on that condition, and he says Alhamdulillah, so what do? So you pray for him. Next. Don't let us dive yet now. When before Now, when he invites you, you honor his invitation. Mashallah. Yeah, yes. You're hiding something. Everybody's now afraid when he dies. What? All of these things, we don't do them for show off. We should know that. But of course, we have problems sometimes. When he invites you to a walima, for example, in as much as it is you obeying Allah and His Rasul by honoring His invitation, but there's always problem when there's walima. Is that not it? You understand better than someone like me now. There is always problem around walima. Sometimes we are not clear where we are going to that place. We are going because some people will still come. And Kai, this is our dressing. We have to change it because, is that not it? May Allah save us. But let us know that beyond all of those things, all of the defects that come into our own intentions, beyond them, there is something higher that we can do to ensure that we still get the reward that we're looking for in the things we do. Now going forward, another thing that we have to note, which is part of achieving that purpose of ours, is the way Allah has described us. It says in the Quran that you are the best of community ever evolved, ever raised for mankind. Am I correct? And for what reason? The reason followed immediately. Kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat linnas. Naam. What follows that? You got that? Ta'muruna bil ma'ruf. You call to what is good. And following that, wa tanhauna 'anil munkar. And you forbid what is evil. Are we together? Wa tu'minuna billah, you believe in Allah. All of these things, they are actually part of the purpose. And so let us check ourselves all the time. Which one of these are we living? Are we living this purpose? The Prophet said, Iman has how many branches? You know what? Me, I'm not giving lecture. Me, I'm not a malamu. I'm not giving lecture. We are talking about this together because we know it. I've only come to remind us. I was given what to talk about, and I believe you know what is there more than me. So let's talk about it together. So where are we? He said Iman has how many branches? Is it branches? No, don't let us mix it together. Wait. No, that's pillars now. That of 6, in fact, we can start from there. Okay, fine. What is Iman in the first place? We're talking about the 6 now. That's the pillars of faith, right? So let's go. Now. Don't use this for me. Wait. It has to be one after the other. Say one, say the next one. Let's go. Now. 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 Okay, it's correct. No, don't worry. It's correct. We made up the 6. But is it possible that some of us don't know it? It's actually possible. Do you understand? Because the truth is, we are all lazy. Those that know it, alhamdulillah. There are other things that some other people know that they don't know. Anyway, so what is important is we learn these things. So we don't go except that we have learned something. So we're talking about the 6 pillars of faith now. So, faith itself is to testify that Allah is one. Am I correct? And Rasul Sallallahu is the last of messengers. That ends there. That it is further divided into 6. That belief in Allah is further divided into 6 pillars. It comes with 6 pillars. And the 6 pillars are, one again, you reiterate that belief in Allah, right? Secondly, the existence of angels. I think we have no issues with that. Third, we believe in the messengers. Next, the books, right? Next, the judgment day. Next, thank you very much. Whatever comes to us or what Allah has destined, we believe in it, right? So that is 6. Now, Iman itself has 70 branches. Yes. Am I correct? Ah, I forgot. I didn't want to say the number now. You know, earlier I said how many. Oh, okay, fine. I'm sure we've seen this before. We know about it. Give me some examples. The highest being that, mashallah, nam. Thank you very much. They said modesty, or is it shyness you called it, is actually part of faith. Is that correct? You know that more than myself now. Also, the other example, that you're walking on the path and you see a thorn and you remove it, is actually part of iman. Do you understand that? You removed it because there is a reward in you doing that. Can we actually do these things? Or do we do them? Okay, most of the time we don't walk on the path, we drive in our cars, and we don't know what's happening to other people. But indeed, it tells you this thing, it is down to earth actually. It is not about you showing off, but it's about you see something harmful and you take it away. Allah rewards you for that. And it is taken to be part of iman. It's actually part of iman to do things like that. So I think this makes some sense. And of course, we should ensure we do some of these things. We don't close our eyes when we see anything that can cause problem for people. Remember, the hadith says that when you see something that is bad, how do you correct it? 3 levels. Your hands, that will be an example. Your mouth and your heart. Somebody said something about the heart. The weakest. Yes. If you correct something with your heart, the Prophet ﷺ has categorized as part of faith actually, even though it is the weakest. But ensure you don't see something bad and you are indifferent. No. Do you understand? Even if it is you that has done it, ensure you are not indifferent. Ensure you are not happy with it if something is not good that you have done. Are we together? It's critical we know this. It is not, some of these things is not about other people. It starts with us. It's about us first. If you have done something that's not right, don't be indifferent about it. Think about it again and feel bad about it. It's required. Because it actually shows you have iman. It shows your sincerity that you know that this is wrong. It's critical we know that. So, part of it, okay, and of course we talk against it most of the time. If it is someone else, we can talk now. We know we can talk now. I will talk to him, I'll talk to her. It's easier to see others and not see ourselves a lot of the time. But let us struggle to check ourselves first. Because you know what? Allah is not likely to start questioning you about that person. He will ask you about yourself. What Allah says is, yeah, you are letting them know you believe. He says, Ku anfusakum. Save yourselves first. Save yourselves. And then, wa ahlikum, and your family from hellfire. So it starts with you actually. If you are good, if you are struggling to be good, you actually can't see other people. You can't see what's wrong with other people. Yes, you may come across this, but rather than you criticizing others, you want to deal with yourself first. And say that no, you are getting better on your own. So, that is that. Part of iman is that we love Allah and His Messenger more than anything else. Are we there? Because if we have to build such love, it is tough. Is it not tough? It is tough. Because we place a lot of things before Allah. Please know that's how we are. We place a lot of things before Allah. Sometimes our prayers are delayed. Is that not correct? And we may have no reason actually for that delay, for those delays. It may be, we may be gisting, right? Some are lying. Some people are not talking. Watching series, thank you. Even pressing the phone. Eating. Meetings. Those Guluma meetings, huh?
What's up?
What's up? Mashallah. Mashallah, office work. You know, all of these things, they exist. The list is endless. But indeed, let us check ourselves. Even time of prayers that we can afford to delay is a big problem actually. It tells us something about ourselves. Because it is not the next person, it's ourselves. It says something about us. Do we truly love Allah? Because when we love Allah, we obey Him. What Allah says, وَمَا يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ, whoever obeys Allah and His Messenger, فَقَدْ فَازَ, they have attained success. And He didn't end it there. He says, فَوْزًا عَظِيمًا, great success indeed. So let's check ourselves. How do we work on these things? How do we work on ourselves such that we take that purpose higher than what we're doing at that moment? You know what? It is said that for every prayer is at fixed times. Am I correct? Prayers is enjoined upon the believers, and of course Allah says at fixed times. So what happens? How do we plan our time such that we know that we can't joke with our prayers? Everybody knows that. Even if we are with people who are non-Muslims, they know that at so time this person will go to pray. If they know you to be like that, they will always give you that space. In fact, they will remind you, it's time for prayers, you've not gone to pray. And that is when they know that about us. But a lot of the time we are not able to, one, show that good character. For people to come to terms with us that, no, this is a good person. A lot of them we have such problems. We know now. So you have someone who is a non-Muslim, but will tap you when it's time for prayers. You know what? It's time for you. Have not. No, go and pray. They know you for that. And with that, Allah is helping you through people around you, even when you can forget. Because indeed, we can forget. They said there are three people who are exempted of all responsibilities. Who are these? Start with the easy one now. Hey, when you are sleeping, thank you. Then secondly,
someone that forgets something.
So when you forget, you remember. Hey, do it when you remember now. Okay, wait. We start with the minor. That child that is not up to the age of maturity is relieved of all responsibility in Islam. Whatever the child does is not taken against the child. Of course, maybe in law, that is, even if the child does wrong, they call it juvenile delinquency, right? That's a minor. They take the person as a minor. In Islam, that child that has not reached maturity is also a minor, and nothing is taken against the child. When you are sleeping, nothing is against you. If you sleep past the time of prayers, when you wake up, go and pray. Is that it? And of course, they said whoever has lost his mental coordination. Are we together? Anyone that has lost his mental coordination, what other word do you use for that? Say it now, you said it before. Whoever is insane, every responsibility is lifted from him. Whatever he does, whatever crime, whatever sin, at that point it is not sin. He doesn't know what he's doing. So it is taken away. So in Islam, there is such allowances for those categories of people. When you forget also, you are to go back and do what you're supposed to do at the point when you remember. Is that it? MashaAllah. So, we have to check ourselves again. Please note, we talk about purpose, right? At the end of the day, the things we do, what do we get out of it? The things we do, what do we hope to get out of it? It is said that who is that person? The Prophet ﷺ said, who is that person that is bankrupt? Some responded that that person that doesn't have money and is indebted, he doesn't have anybody to support him, that person is bankrupt. Everybody gave responses. And the Prophet ﷺ said, no, the person that is bankrupt is that person that will come on the day of judgment. Please note, that will come on the day of judgment. You said something?
With a lot of good deeds.
Thank you very much. With a lot of good deeds. Are you noting this? It will come to Allah on the day of judgment. Of course, you know, if I might be bouncing to a place, I mean, these are my deeds. You know the way we smile and we are happy when we think we have done something good. However, it comes to Allah with all of this. But He also has a lot of deficits to His disfavor, actually. One, this same person has engaged in backbite. Is a real guluma specialist. Okay, you know when ladies are gisting, you know what happens now? It is gist actually. Instead of not to know it is gulma they are doing it. No, it is gist. What we do mostly, if you want to give an update,
She has a question. She said, what of when guys are gisting?
leave that thing. Is it not women that are here? Leave guys for now. For the most part, when you find yourself in a discussion and it turns to you giving updates about yourself, I tell you what, by the second and the third minute, it has switched. Trust me, that is it now. It has switched. You'll be talking about what somebody wore at the particular occasion. Her clothes is not fine. Why is it you that will say it's not fine? Leave her now. Is that not it? All of these things, little by little, we get into all this. Someone will come on the day of judgment with so much good deeds, and of course is guilty of backbiting. Please note, the Prophet ﷺ said, someone asked that, what if what you are saying is the truth about that person? The Prophet said, that is backbite. What you are saying is the truth, right? The person did that truly, but that is backbite. Now said, if it is not true, then that is slander. And both of these are offenses. Offense. Backbite is an offense. Slander, that is greater. That is a greater offense. And so this is what we are saying. We need to check ourselves. He said the person will come, and same person with all the good deeds is happy about his good deeds. But this same person is guilty of backbite. Same person is guilty of slander. Same person is guilty of taking away, thank you sir, of taking people's things without him having rights to it. You have people's money and you walk away with it. And you don't mind. And you do a whole lot of things against people. You know what happens to such person? Allah says, yes, he has all his good deeds, but everybody that he has offended, Allah brings them. Okay, for what he has done to you, take these from his good deeds. He has taken your money, take this from his good deeds. And it goes on and on and on. No, don't worry, tell me. No, I got something which I'm trying to relate.
So we are talking of taking someone's, you said taking someone's thing. So we are doing sample with taking one's pen in the bank.
Yes.
You forget to give back to the person.
Now I'm with you. You said you can give your own.
I was like saying, if I take someone's pen, I won't forget to give the back to the person. But I can give someone my own and I will forget.
Yeah, it's okay. It sounds really good. But in case the person leaves before.
That is not my fault anymore. I was using it.
No. Actually.
Just like you can forget yours. And the person wants to give it back and you're already gone.
And the thing is, you don't take yourself up on that actually, because you know it was not deliberate, it was not intentional actually. Do you understand? So that's that. So what we are saying is this: that person that you have backbeaten comes forward, and Allah gives from all the good deeds. Take yours out of it. This is the reward for what he has done. So people keep coming and they take all his good deeds, and he has nothing again left. Then he still has more people on his neck that he has offended. Then what follows that? Take from your own bad deeds, give to him. Take from yours, give to him. And at the end of the day, he has nothing to show for every good deed he has done. Let's check ourselves. How good are we to ourselves? Please note, being good to yourself is actually avoiding all of these things. How good are you to yourself? And how much are you protecting yourself? For that purpose, because you just want to please Allah upon all these things. So how good are we to ourselves? How much are we helping ourselves in all of these things? So again, it is said that whatever it is you do, you have money, you make money, you have a lot of money. At some point you're tired. In fact, you know the interesting thing, your money will come, it will go again. You have to rush for another one, you work for it, it comes, it goes again. That tells you nothing actually is permanent. So everything you get, you have an issue around it. But there is something you are not likely to have an issue with. And that is you doing something to please Allah. When those things go, When they go, you are still good that Allah is Allah will help me. It is said that of the things you work on, your spiritual self is critical more than anything else. Thereafter, your psycho-emotional self is critical more than after spiritual. Okay, wait, let's do it together. You have your spiritual side, right? You have your psycho-emotional side. You have your physical. You have your financial. How do you, in what order is this supposed to go? What comes first? Now?
After spiritual, financial.
No kidding. Mashallah, I love that. Some people like money. Yeah. No, wait, it's okay. No, it's okay. After spiritual, financial, right? Come, you are agreeing with that. That's what you are trying to say. I don't say no. You are agreeing. That's what you are saying. If you disagree, you say your own. But it seems you have agreed. We have catch you now, so you are there. So where are we? How do we go?
After spiritual, the physiological.
Psycho-emotional, psychological, emotional, psycho-emotional, physiological. So next.
That's after the spiritual.
After spiritual, yeah, go on.
Then emotional, that's the mental illness.
Then emotional. Next.
No, it's the physical aspect of
No, don't worry. You said, let me understand. Are you hearing what she's saying? Not really. If you are not really, me, I can't hear. So let's go. You said spiritual first?
emotional second.
No, she's not agreeing with that. After spiritual?
Yes, first. Then the physical aspect.
Physical second. Are we together?
No.
I'm asking you the next question. Yes, you. Okay, fine.
Yeah, because I said physiological means the physical aspect which deals with your body and the skeletal and liver.
So you're saying we have spiritual first, we have physical next. What follows this? I need us to listen to this because we're going to critique this. Let's go.
Then the emotional.
Then emotional. Let's go.
Then the social.
Then the social. You think that's it? Even though these are not the options I gave you, you created your own options, but it's fine. Now, so where are you placing your financial? In between. In between where now? Let us know where. You said?
It comes at the physical.
You bring it together with the physical.
Yes, because you need the finances to eat,
To get Gucci.
to have the shelter, and whatever.
Okay, I'm afraid. You are actually grouping this. You are regrouping all these things, but it's okay. It's fine. But we take it as you said spiritual, physical. You said emotional, then social. Okay, I'll take those four, but I still want an input on this.
Bring your own information.
Why?
Mental,
Let's go.
mental, physical.
Let's start with you. Yes.
Spiritual,
Yeah.
emotional,
Yeah.
financial,
Yeah.
then physical.
Then physical.
I'm agreeing with
I don't like it. Why are you agreeing? Why should you agree? Okay. It says spiritual, emotional, financial, physical. Thank you. Where are we, ma? Spiritual. Okay. That's gonna come as emotional. Yes, let's go. Physical. Let's go.
How many is financial? There is financial.
You got caught in this. La hawla wala quwwata. So that's the fourth. Okay, you know what? She came with a tafsir. You did not listen. You asking me, she said, well, you're supposed to be listening to her. You didn't hear.
Sorry, sir. It was very.
There's supposed to be some penalties for all these things. I don't have people concentrating in my class.
It's a lack of finance that causes emotional.
Ah, Allahu Akbar, this is trouble. Like, wait.
It's about the one that is struggling.
They haven't given me evidence from the hadith. Okay, this is it. Let's do it this way. In as much as financial is important, let us note that there are things that are not they are not given. Please understand, they are not given. But the order in which you will work it out, she followed out hers with a short explanation, a short note. She said, "You have to be spiritual. You have to be sound spiritually. You have to be clear. What is between you and your Lord is not compromised, not at any point. You are sure you have that secured. Afterwards, your psycho-emotional state is critical. Yes, your emotional state is critical. You should be able to balance your emotions at all times. Note, I know people who theirs will not go in this order. Please note, because some people say when they don't have money, they panic. Some people are agreeing. No, you don't need to agree, so I will not know you that you panic when you don't have money now. Some people are agreeing immediately.
But wait, if your emotions are not in order, how can you go and work for money?
No, you know the good thing? You are coming back to it now. You did not agree in the first instance. So. You agree with everybody. How would you agree with everybody now?
I said spiritual, emotional, financial.
All right, thank you very much. No, then we are coming now. We are coming to that. Okay, we have agreed spiritual. You have to be sound spiritually. Between you and your Lord, safe, secured. Then secondly, emotional. These people again.
You said psycho-emotional. These things, you can't have them the same way with every other person.
That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying, but we're reviewing now. So we should agree on something actually. Now let me say this. You see, when you do your psychological and emotional state after your spiritual, what that does for you is when between you and your Lord is secured, the next thing, your person does not start with your physical. It starts what is in you, what is running inside you. Do you understand? Because indeed, it is not what you see that you get sometimes. Sometimes you see something and you get another thing.
But sorry, this spiritual thing,
Now,
I think it works hand in hand with emotions or what is within. Because if you're already spiritual, if you already have you're connected to the deen and you're connected to Allah, then somehow you're just saying that is already given. That's why we that are on the finance come in second class. That is why we think finance is the next thing.
when you have your options, including that,
But do you know that, a religious person can become depressed? Do you get? There's more to emotions than, spirituality as
But
well.
then your image will always take you back. Like when you think about
It's not the only cure for depression.
is okay. Alhamdulillah. Let's go.
If realizing that there is something to fall back on, there's always a lot to go cry on. I don't need anybody to cry on. I have God. I think that's enough for me to actually wake me up. Okay, I'm depressed, but I know that.
That's why we said, you see, this
So
thing now,
if
there
I
are
have
two bodies.
money, I'm sorry. If I have money, I'm going shopping.
There are people that when they're emotional, they would look at their bank account.
Is that so?
Yes, when you're emotional, you go, like what she just said now.
In fact, on a broke day, I go to the bank and I withdraw every single thing and I spend it. It makes me happy.
No. You know what? I agree absolutely. Are you there? Are you there? You're on the same page. You're not saying anything means something actually. Okay, this is the thing. I want us to look at it like this. Actually, She said something that's critical. If you assume that your emotional state is all about when you are sound spiritually, it's a given that your emotional, your psychological state will also be there. No, that's not how it works actually. In all honesty, that's not how it works. That is why sometimes you actually need to talk to somebody. It may not even be that you need that person to say something, you just want to vent. Do you understand? And it is until you're able to take what is inside you out before you are calm again. It may also be that you need someone to say something to you at the moment or at that point. So something is critical, your state of mind at that point, and it is your emotions running wild at the time. You have secured Allah, but don't forget Allah tested his Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam to such extent that the Prophet and those with him were asking when. Allahu Akbar. They were asking when exactly will the help of Allah come. They are not disbelieving Allah, please note, but they are humans. They have to feel like human beings, and so they were worried, bothered, concerned about their state, and so they needed to deal with that. And until Allah gave them assurance again, no, it's coming, it's here. You know now. Mashallah. So basically, when you're done with your spiritual, because spiritual is between you and Allah, emotional for the most part is with things around you actually. Things are happening around you, and so you have to be real when it comes to that. So your emotional state, your psychological state has to be balanced, following your spiritual. Next, some people say financial. No, I'm not changing. We are discussing it now. You don't have to riot because of this.
But you know that with all these things,
Yeah.
you can still be tested. You could be tested emotionally, you could be tested physically.
The summary of all of these things is actually coming to that. Do you understand? Don't read the Riot Act because we're going to be contesting financials right now. Just wait. This is the issue. Now we have finances. And you wonder, is finances supposed to be next? Someone said your physical self is next before your finances. Someone said and gave a note to it, gave an addendum. And yet I ask, someone said, if I'm not happy, the next thing is I want to check the last alert. The last alert, unfortunately, if the last alert was not if it came as your bank maintenance fee or your COT, okay, they've removed COT now, right? But they still use a lot of wayo to take your money. So if it is, what do you call these balances? Available balance and ledger balance. If the ledger balance is higher than the available balance, what happens? There is still problem. But it is that alert you want to look at now.
It will still affect your
It has a ripple effect. It sends you back, right?
Your depression will go into depression.
Okay, now if it has a ripple effect and it will send us back, let us go to physical then. No, let's check it out. Let's assume you're fine spiritually, you're fine emotionally, psychologically, and also physically you're fine.
Financially, you are not eating well, you cannot exercise, you cannot physically.
I'm telling you, this financial
You're physical.
because
I agree.
there are cases where you're like very you're depressed, you're emotionally.
I agree I'm dealing with women, don't worry. I agree I'm dealing with women.
Get alert. It will change. There are cases where I've seen a case where somebody was ill, having malaria. She got alert like this. She stood up.
La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah.
And that's the power of alert. The malaria was still there, but she became
Okay, no. Sorry. They said that is money-laria actually. That may not be malaria. Between that M and laria, it is money that is there. Okay, this is the thing. You need no. The truth is this. Let's push it further. One thing is critical. You actually need yourself to do things. If you don't have money, you have to work for money, right? No. If you don't have money, you have to work for money. You need your strength. You need your physical self to achieve that, and you need your mental coordination at that time to work on all of these things. Let's say you need to drive out to go and do all of these things. Your physical is there. No? La hawla wala quwwata illa billah. That's why it is not safe dealing with women. Now they are giving me time to live here, and we have not covered everything we're supposed to cover. Okay, this is it. Let's say this. You know what? For everything, let me bring it this way. Is that bank balance? Is that bank balance? That is ledger balance. La hawla wala quwwata. You have this. You have to deal with this. You have to do with your relationship with Allah, critical. You have to deal with your own balance, emotional, psychological. It's critical you deal with your balance. Following that, you need the strength to actually run anything. You need your physical strength to run anything. Then finally, you can talk about money. Because at the point when you have everything up to your physical strength, you can spend your money actually. Let us take it back. Someone is ill right now. Someone loses money right now. He still has the strength to work for money. Is that not it? If for any reason that person loses his health, physical health, he doesn't have that strength to run after money. His physical health is gone. What is likely to come with loss of his physical health is affected. His emotional balance is affected at that point. But if there is still strength emotionally, he is still encouraged. No, I will get out of this. I'll get out of this. Because at the point when emotional is there, his health is lost, he has money, what is he going to be doing with money? What exactly is he supposed to be working for? How we will get out of the hospital bed, actually. Because you know what, these are part of the things we have to think about. The reason why we do the things we do, especially when we commit sins. Please note, when we commit sins, when we do things that Allah has disapproved of, wallahi, a lot of them is because we have good health. Are we together? A lot of the time is because we have good health. If Allah tests us with our health, you know the only thing we think about? I just want to stand up again. You can't even remember how to commit sin. You can't remember it. Wallahi, the next thing, I just want to stand, oh Allah, help me. And at that point, you keep begging Allah for help, for guidance, for assistance. Do we understand? Are we able to relate with this? And so basically, let's check again. When you are done dealing with Allah, when your deals are clear, the next thing, psychologically, you want to be sound also. Following that, your physical self is critical. You need that to do anything. Finally,
I'm just thinking this
now,
might actually be context driven.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay.
No, I agree with you. I brought that context.
I'm just thinking, imagine there's an old woman now.
Yeah, dealing with
and
women.
She's sick. She's really sick. She has children that are financially buoyant. You know, they can actually look after her. So, you know, financially a lot of things are covered.
Yeah.
And then there's an old woman, even if she's well, she can't actually work for these things.
Yeah.
So for her, I feel like what comes next is that financial stability.
That's correct.
You know, and then there's the man that's not financially stable. He's sick, and he needs to go out there and work. In that context, you can imagine that for this man, that physical health is number one priority. Correct. So I feel like
that's why I brought that context. You said? You said?
It's true actually, because there are people that they work harder than anyone you can imagine, and still financially they don't have anything.
No, please understand.
People are the poorest actually.
No, indeed, you're correct. But what I'm saying is this. Despite that, you still have to work, right? Yeah. That hard-working person, without money, he has to continue work. If he takes ill at that point, what happens to him?
It's worse.
So we still need his health for him to move on. Is that not it? And so we always have to look at it this way.
Yeah, there are different ways of looking at it.
Thank you very much. And so basically, at the end of the day, you see the first thing that's on that list. What is between you and Allah? Because you know what? If someone is in that state and he is not sure he can make it again, for example, he's not sure he can make it again, he resigns to the fact that no, I still have Allah, I can continue making my dua. I'm still fine at this point. I can still push on with this. And so, because of that purpose, because at the end of it, I can't suffer like this and still not enter paradise. Do you understand? That's it. I can't go through this kind of state and still not enter paradise. So he wants to keep making that effort. And that purpose alone can actually keep the hope alive. That I still have opportunities now to do a lot of istighfar, for example. Are we together? Barakallahu fikum. So, basically, we know that what Allah says is that if you obey Allah and His Messenger, He has promised us success. And so that's the purpose now. That's what we look at now. Let us see, we grade ourselves actually. We sit at our own quiet moments and actually grade ourselves. Where am I? Where am I? Let me list what I should be. I mean, what is the target really? You have the target. We have the same target for the most part. And the target is Jannah, right? What are the things I'm supposed to do? And where am I on that list? On that ladder, where am I? And what am I doing to make it better? That is critical. So, working on our purpose, struggling to ensure that we have that focus. And that focus actually never changes. It never changes. It's a single focus. And so it is us that change at different times. We change, our iman go low sometimes, it goes up sometimes. And that is the state of iman. If we stop work, it will keep dropping. Yeah. If we stop work, it keeps dropping. Yeah. And a lot of the time we know when we stop work. Yeah. Do you understand? A lot of the time we know when we are fumbling, actually. And so what we do, how do we help ourselves in a situation like this? We check again. We check again our companions. We check again the things we do. We check again, am I still able to get this purpose right? Am I still having that aim, that target? And you know, it is like you doing monitor and evaluation on yourself. When you monitor and evaluate yourself, you will always know where you are. A lot of the time, you know where you are. And you know what to do next, actually. We all know what to do. But do we actually do these things? Nam? I'm trying not to say that one now. Okay, we also know what we are doing wrong. No, actually, we know what to do. What to do is how to fix that thing that we are doing wrong. I didn't say that one now. So basically, these are the things we need to work on. We need to check ourselves, actually. And let's renew our intentions. Let's walk away thinking, okay, am I able to focus on my purpose? Am I able to say that my target is Jannah? Am I able to walk away when people sit down and start doing guluma so that they don't write my name among those who that did that thing? No, please note. Are we together? Yes. Am I able to actually stand up and find a way out of that place? We check, can we actually do these things? We have to consciously work on these things, and that's working on ourselves. Are we together? Yeah. So once again, if our purpose is to worship Allah, that worship does not end in worship, because worship comes with struggle. That you have to leave what you are doing, leave the series you are watching. It is struggle, am I correct? For those who are addicted to the TV, to social media and all this, wallahi, that 5 minutes to go and pray is tough. And that pushes us to, putting those prayers, lumping them together. I can do it at Asri. Whatever pushes you to that point, then know that you have lost it. Because you know the interesting thing, Allah has not promised you that you will be there till Asri. And we have seen all these examples. So we need to remember this. And you know what? When you feel that you are losing it, get a companion. And tell that companion, you know what? I think I'm not praying at the right time. Please call me when you are going to pray. Get a companion. It may be that you are the one helping that companion. That companion might have the same problem. So when you both identify yourselves, run after yourselves. Things like that. And this is the purpose of our existence. Subhanakallah wa hamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Thank you very much for your time. I couldn't cover the things I would like to cover.